So here is the box that my Earthworm Jim came in. And let me just say, I was really excited when this box was handed to me. Not just because of the book that came inside, but really just because look at this thing. Like, this is a box that says you have to keep it because it is just incredible. And so this is what I got. And then inside, we can get it. Here we go. Of course, you get a bag of goodies. You get the making of. And then we get the book I'm going to be talking about, which is Earthworm Jim. And I just wanted to do that really quickly because I was deeply, deeply, deeply impressed by the box. As you can see, I have plans on keeping it. Like, it was one of those things where I'd even show my mom because she does not like comic books, but even she looked at the box and was like, you have to keep that box because it's so nice. So I'm keeping it. Now, for Earthworm Jim, I actually got two of these because I didn't get two of the Bigfoot Bill because I wasn't sure if I was going to like the series, and I loved Bigfoot Bill so much that I regretted not having the second copy to just be like my copy and have like one to be a reading copy, that I got two of the Earthworm Jim. This, of course, is my reading copy. I have one that has the Earthworm Jim head sketch in it, and that one is purely to be left alone kind of thing, just kind of for me to cherish. And so, yeah, I am ready to get into the review of Earthworm Jim. Be back in a second. So here we are back. And just before I get into the review, I wanted to take a second because I wanted to compare the Bigfoot Bill book, which when it came, I was thoroughly surprised because I didn't realize it was going to come in hardcover, and I thought it was so nice with the hardcover. And then just look at the second book and how much nicer it is. And so I will give Doug TenNapel credit because these are not just comic books. It's like an experience. So anyway, this is Earthworm Jim, Launch the Cow by Doug TenNapel. I love the inside with the sketch. I know a lot of it was perks that were promised, like the like this, where Earthworm Jim is drawing himself. And then, of course, you get another little kind of like comic on the other side. But let me just say, I enjoyed reading this. I remember Earthworm Jim from, I remember it more from the cartoons than I remember it from the game. And so it was really kind of nice to just have a kind of how Earthworm Jim became Earthworm Jim kind of story. And I mean, it is like, I didn't necessarily watch all the streams that Doug TenNapel did, but I saw saw parts of some of them of him doing the work. And so just like the way that he worked was really interesting and fascinating to me as someone who eventually wants to get into creating my own kind of graphic novels. Like I would say that this is like I know there's going to be a Earthworm Jim too, but I really loved the setup of this because this is kind of a well, this is a completed arc. Like there is like I guess you could say technically there would be a kind of an end of sorry, let me stop flipping through. There's kind of like that end that's not necessarily a cliffhanger, but it tells you that there's more to the story that's coming next time. So it leaves you in a place where you know that there's going to be more story, but you're satisfied with the story that you have. It's one of the reasons why, and this is a little bit off topic, but not really, but it's one of the reasons why I didn't do Iron Sights 2 because I was pleased with the end of Iron Sights 1 and I didn't necessarily need to read a continuation. This is one of those where it's kind of like the same thing. You would enjoy it, you would read it, like, and then if the next one comes out, you would go, okay, do I want to go back into the world? For me, the answer is probably yes, because this is more of my, like I would say, this is a little bit more of my jam in a way, because it's something that I can share with others, because it kind of reminds me of being a little bit, it's definitely more all ages. And I think I like that aspect because it has its family friendly elements to it. So it's one of those things that as my niece and nephews get older, where I would feel good being able to share it with them. And I know I'm like a lot of that is not talking about the actual story. But it's talking about kind of like my feelings of it. So the story is cohesive. I mean, it's cohesive. You have the bad guys, you have a suit, you have a deal that's going down, and then you have, you know, the deal going wrong and the suit getting free. You get it landing on Earth, and you get Earthworm Jim becoming Earthworm Jim. And then it's basically for this one, it is the battle to get the suit back kind of thing. One character I really liked was Farmer Jim. I really liked him. I did. I really liked his characters. I liked all the characters in this, but I loved Farmer Jim because just, the kind of attitude that he had where he just really was not interested in all of this and he just wanted to go on about his business and no one will let him go on about his business and he just ended up in this story anyway. It was really kind of fun and it added sort of like a drier sense of comedy, which is definitely something that I like. And it's my kind of humor because you have, of course, like here, you have Earthworm Jim, who is just being Earthworm Jim and he wants to be friends. And Farmer Jim is just like, I'm trying to get away from you because you're a worm in a suit and you're weird and I don't want anything weird. So I'm just going to go on. But I'm not going to but I'm not going to be mean about it. I'm just going to go on about my business. That kind of humor to me is it's a success. So, yeah, this is another win for me. Because I think it's just a fun, funny story. And so I will probably definitely get the second one because it's just Probably too because I do have fond feelings of Earthworm Jim. But yeah, it's like review of stuff that you like is a little bit more difficult because it's like you like it and there's only so many ways that you can say that you like something. Earthworm Jim, I like. I love the quality of the book. I mean, I really love the quality of the book. He put so much work into it, and I know a lot of it was sort of like the extra perks and things like that that got unlocked during the campaign, but that I'm really glad that it came out the way that it did. And the story itself, I would say, is definitely worth it if you can get your hands on it if you have not gotten it. Um, yeah, I mean, that's really kind of all that I have to say. It's a fun story. I mean, if you have kids in your life, I would definitely, and they're at that place where they're able to, read or enjoy comics, I would say let them enjoy this because it's not graphic. It's just fun. It's just there. And it is a funny, funny, funny book. So the humor is really nice. So I think that this is a win. Yeah, that's it. For me, this is a win. Anyway, if you like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, do all of that kind of stuff. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.